Welcome back to the Cozy Dragon Inn. We're going to talk some more D&D tips that we can learn from the Amazing Digital Circus, but we will also be talking about the final episode, so there will be spoilers. Are you ready? Let's begin. Oh, and please note that Gooseworks has told us to use any pronouns for Jax, and I will be using she, her pronouns for her. So let's start by talking about Jax. The way she acts around others makes her a little bit of a problem player. I think it's worth noting that the reason she's a jerk has very little to do with the other players and everything to do with how she is perceiving herself. This doesn't exactly absolve her of her behavior, but it does give us a little bit of insight as to why she's making these decisions and might even help us to understand how to help her better. The wise DM seeks to have private conversations with players to see why they are actively avoiding the adventures offered, what accommodations they might need, and what might be going on with them in order to understand why they act out at the table. However, we also see that other players can also reach out to make the connection and be the friend that is needed. Side note, if you have a friend who is questioning their identity, they do not need to tell you. As if learning to accept yourself isn't hard enough, today's world comes with extra challenges, ranging from being surrounded by families and friends who might not be supportive, to being surrounded by people who could be an actual threat to their safety and well being. Pushing away friends is as much a survival instinct for Jax as it is a reaction to her own jealousies and insecurities. If you suspect you have a friend going through a similar situation, the best thing you can do is to show that you are a safe, supportive person for them. Being a safe person is a reward in itself, even if your friend never tells you everything that's going on with them. In our last video, we discussed how Cain could have used communication to prevent certain problems from happening. But today I want to examine how he finds a way to fix the damage that he has caused. First, he reflects on the mistakes that he makes so that he can learn and grow. This can be a very difficult step, and we do see him struggle. Yet in that struggle, he makes meaningful changes for the better. Then he gives a proper and authentic apology. He indicates that he understands what he did wrong and that he wants to do better. He also changes the way he speaks. Instead of demanding the humans comply,
And you should consider participating.
he learns how to invite them.
Made something for you. Feel free to join me by the stage whenever you're ready.
This simple change in word choice and tone allows for actual dialogue, which he has now learned how to hear. Kane also gives back their player agency. No more making someone vegan without their consent. Instead, he empowers them to choose for themselves what comes next. Finally, Kane shares his power of creation and lets the humans determine what adventures to go on. He fully embraces their decisions and follows their leads. Many DMs will allow their players to create more than just a backstory, but NPCs, neighborhoods, even entire cities to help make the world belong to everyone. And all DMs do try to avoid to railroad a campaign. We even see them playing a role-playing game, but Kane noticeably is not the game master. He seems to have abdicated that power, and he's all the happier for it. As Zubul points out, it takes time to rebuild trust. However, it is not impossible, and Kane puts in the time. Unfortunately for Jax, she abstracted before she was able to go through similar steps, so we are left to mourn the friendships that could have been. Yet we can also have hope for the friendships that she makes in the real world, and hope that one day she can be friends with herself. Similarly, the friends who don't work out in one particular campaign can still be good friends and maybe play in a different campaign, or just not play role playing games together. I hope you enjoyed this look at some fun gaming tips that we can learn from the Amazing Digital Circus. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for stopping by.